Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we are about to be led in onto a secret, guys. A secret that you and I don't know. This video is titled, Harden knows something about Russell Westbrook that nobody else does. So this is a video by Heat Check right here, man. So I'm very enlightened to know what this is because a lot of people think that, based off pure talent, the Houston Rockets will eventually figure things out. But a lot of other people think that the Houston Rockets with James Harden and Russell Westbrook are going to have some big-time chemistry issues because they are two of the most highest usage-rated players in NBA history, man. They actually got... when it comes to total usage, I think last season James Harden is #1 ever, and like 2 or 3 seasons ago, Russell Westbrook was #1 ever. So a lot of people think it's gonna be an issue, man. But we're gonna check out this video here, man. Peep it out and see what's up, and see what the secret is that Harden knows about Russell Westbrook that we don't.
I know what we need to do. I know exactly what we need to do.
He knows what they need to do, man.
We'll figure it out this summer.
Yeah,
the
share
very
that
moment
basketball.
I saw this, for some reason it stuck with me. He seemed certain but kept it somewhat mysterious. It felt weird to me, and soon after that we heard the whole story. Reports of him clashing with CP3 leak out in the public.
Yeah, said the dude had man boobs. No, wait, no, CP3 said that James Harden had man boobs. You don't be pulling the man boob card like that in anybody in life. It's just not respectable out there, bro. So I don't blame James Harden for being mad.
The Beard then talks to Westbrook about teaming up again, and the trade happens. But knowing Russ's game and seeing how almost every analyst is skeptical about this experiment, why did Harden push for it to happen? And why did Houston win for it? What does James Harden know that made him sure this could work out? I'll try to answer that. What up, everybody? My name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. Russell Westbrook's game consists of a lot of long mid-range shots which are often heavily contested and hitting an abysmal 32% from that area.
Damn,
Meanwhile, the Rockets avoid that shot.
I've been shooting about 50% from long midi, bro. Not gonna lie, man. Like, hand in the face, hand away, I don't care. I'm shooting 50% every time, man. Come on, Russell.
At any cost, and Carmelo Anthony found that out the hard way, as we all remember.
Russ took
5.5 threes per game last season and shot a disgusting 29%, ranking dead last in the league among high-volume three-point shooters.
Wow.
Opponents were actually happy to let him fire away from downtown.
Yeah,
but except for the numbers, we all pretty much knew that Russ was a bad shooter. So again, is there any reason to push for him to come to Houston? Absolutely. A whole lot at that. First of all, there's no reason for me to even try to explain Westbrook's nuclear athleticism. When he decides to go to the rim, he does. Last year, he was 3rd in the league when it comes to drives to the basket. He found ways to go inside despite the fact that other than Paul George, no other OKC player served as a floor spacer or could make defenders stick to them. So right here, for example, you can see that almost every Golden State defender is focused on Russell, and it's to a point where they don't even care about their man and they just try to help out on the drive, which at the end results in a tough shot. Similar situation here. Both Gordon and Harden are far off their matchup, closing down the driving lane and forcing their new teammate now to settle for a jump shot. So yeah, even with floor spacing like this, Westbrook was among the leaders at getting inside and causing all kinds of trouble for opponents. On the Rockets, however, he's going to be surrounded by knockdown shooters like Harden at almost 37%, Gordon at...
I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy this argument. Because I look at, yes, a big part of their game is like 3-point shooting and stuff like that, man. But you look at, let's look at OKC. And Russell Westbrook, not a great shooter. Terrence Ferguson, I think Alex Abrines played a little shooting guard for them last season. You're just like basic guys like that were like okay enough from shooting through. Not amazing, but they were okay enough where you weren't leaving like those dudes wide open. Paul George, great 3-point shooter. They had Jeremy Grant, who I believe, was coming in his own as a 3-point shooter. Like, he was knocking it down with okay consistency. So it's like, I wouldn't say they didn't have any shooters around them whatsoever. And then you look at the same issue that he's going to have on the Houston Rockets. It's like, yeah, you want to space that floor for him. The reason it works so well for Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks, they got Brook Lopez out there, shooting out the 3-point shot, man, being a freaking, stretch big. Clint Capella's going to get his bitch ass in the way. And it's going to be the same issue where, if James Harden, he's a nice shooter, of course. PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, all nice 3-point shooters. But you can relate that to the same thing on the OKC Thunder. I just don't think it's that big of a difference. I guess I do think, all things considered, the Houston Rockets probably have better shooters than the OKC Thunder did. But it's not like this big drastic change, I don't think, in the offensive set.
36%, PJ Tucker at almost 38%, and let's not forget the sniper Daniel House, who the Rockets re-signed this offseason. He shot an incredible 41.5 from downtown, and mind you, these percentages are somewhat lower due to their extremely high number of attempts. So these guys in Houston are going to be praying that the defense is helping off of one of them. That's one thing, but then check out these numbers. Last season, Westbrook to Adams was the second most frequent connection in terms of assists, and number 1 was Harden to Capella, believe it or not. So what I see here is two guys who can feed their big man and provide a consistent scoring inside the paint, so you can definitely expect Capella to really benefit from having two players who attack the basket, attract double teams, and can throw the lob extremely well. And last but not least, let me get a bit philosophical here. Both Harden and Westbrook know exactly the type of players they are, and by now I feel like it's clear to them that playing together and not changing their game to adapt to one another is going to be a recipe for disaster and a wasted season. So in my opinion, the moment they made the call and decided to team up meant that they will find a way to adjust and come up.
Words is nothing but talk, man. Words is nothing but talk out there. I gotta see it in Russell Westbrook's game. Like, I just don't think at this point in your career that you make adjustments. I think most players, you know, unless you're going from like a star role to like a role player role just for the sake of age and stuff. But you know, when you are an all-star, you have all-star talent, you know it. I just think people are who they are at this point, man. You know, seasons change, people don't. So I'm not quite sure.
Up with a winning formula. Harden needed to know that he will have a teammate committed to winning and not worried about personal stats. And now, while we're all guessing, he might be the only one that knows this and knows how dangerous the Houston Rockets will truly be next season. Westbrook got his chance that he needed to get to escape the future, which I had displayed in a video a while ago.
Yeah, such a bad future of you and Paul George.
People think that I absolutely hate him, but that's not true at all. As I said then and there, I love his intensity and passion for the game, but it's a fact that he needs to change some things. And going to another team where he won't be the main guy with the ultimate say-so in everything, this would be a perfect opportunity to turn things around and compete for a championship again after quite a long time and some first round exits. Although the pressure will be on Russell to fit in, D'Antoni and the coaching staff also need to find ways to implement him seamlessly and get the most out of him in a situation where he's not the main guy. Having one of his best friends there in Harden, it will make this transition a lot easier for Russell, but at the end, many things will depend on him, and the question is obvious. Is this gonna be Carmelo Anthony 2.0, or is it possibly going to be a legacy-altering move with a possible championship? The odds might be against him, but as only Russell Westbrook would say, why not? That's it for now. If you like this video, subscribe and hit the
I just think my biggest issue with it is, you know, I do think that Heat Check here brings up some really good points. But I mean, for this to work, James Harden is going to have to play off ball. Because if it's James Harden that, handling the basketball, then the whole spacing thing just goes out the door. Because obviously Russell Westbrook, they're going to sag off him and allow him to shoot the 3-ball, right? So, I mean, it kind of kills it right there. So, then you come down to the matter, okay, Russell Westbrook's handling the basketball. You want to talk about doing the pick and roll with Clint Capella. I understand that. I do think that is going to work out. And then using James Harden, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon as floor spacers. That's nice and everything. But then you have to get into the mindset, if we trust Russell Westbrook in that case to really make the right decision. You know, is he going to take on the double team, triple team pull for the mid-range shots, or is he actually going to make that right pass? All things considered out there. And it's like, how often is James Harden going to want to play off ball? So, I don't know if this is something that James Harden knows that we all don't know. Because we all know that Russell Westbrook is talented, and that if he was to play within his own and take a step back, you know, it would really help out a team. I think James Harden just kind of wishful thinking like the rest of us, man. So you all give me your thoughts and opinions on this comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, guys.